Iba por Punta Cana Hits. Sábados y domingos, 10 de la noche.
Porque compro de todo y me sale más barato. Me va mejor.
Porque me da para la medicina y me sobra para la comida. Me va mejor.
Porque todo está más limpio. Me va mejor.
Porque todo está más fresco. Me va mejor.
Porque veo más variedad. Me va mejor.
Porque me brinda la ayuda que necesito. Me va mejor.
Porque hago mis compras más rápido. Me va mejor.
¿Para qué quieres más? Si aquí te va mejor.
En salud, a mí me va mejor.
Los martes.
Hola, soy Elvis Martínez,
presidente de la Fundación Pro Desarrollo de Bávaro.
Soy Héctor Morel, ingeniero y diácono.
Y te invito este y todos los martes,
donde tú vas
a disfrutar de lo que son los valores de nuestra sociedad.
Good Morning Bávaro.
Cada martes, Bávaro está presente en puntacanahits.com, en 90.3 Radio Bávaro. Los martes son de Bávaro.
Hay artistas que siguen las reglas y hay jefes que dictan el juego. El líder supremo de las charts globales aterriza en el Caribe. Rick Ross, The Big Boss Live. Celebrando el 18 aniversario de Imagine en la noche más grande del año, 4 de julio, Independence Day. Asegura tu acceso en el website de Imagine. Welcome to the Underground Empire.
Punta Cana Hits vive por ti. Si te quieres comunicar con nosotros, llama a nuestra emisora al 809-831-3333. 809-831-3333. 809-831-3333.
Okay. All right, welcome back. And now we're switching over to What's Up Punta Cana with Christy Maggio. And tonight I have in the studio with us, it is Olga and Mark. And they're here to talk to us about their company and what they're doing and what they're working on in education. So I'm very, very excited about it. So welcome, Mark and Olga, to the show. So tell me a little bit about what you're working on.
So about 23 years ago, I became to be pregnant with the idea of nonprofit organization Help You Learn, to help people who has a disadvantage, life disadvantage, physical disability. Doesn't matter what people who ended up living in place they are not capable to attend school. They want to improve their knowledge. So to have a program, to have a portal, educational portal, will help people to get to the point they can move with their life to improve life. And it's related to people like children, adults, youngs, anybody. And that idea was created in California. We opened nonprofit organization called Help You Learn. And that company, board of directors consist journalists, teachers from California, teachers from Texas, because we were living in Texas for 6 years. And that group of people, I think we can deliver so much to the people. So, and most important, the company opened in California, but when we open company, we put 2 countries. We put USA and Dominican Republic, because we are proud living here for 4 years.
Wow.
So that is
So what brought you to the Dominican Republic?
Okay, good question. First of all, we both retired. And we were looking for 4 years to find place where we can develop our own dreams when we don't need to go to the office because I used to be auditor for over 40 years, construction auditor. But now it's time to succeed with your own dream, and whatever we have, have to be delivered to the people.
Yes.
So we want to share this, and we have to do it because it's very important. We have 4 grandchildren. We have 2 children, and all of them supporting us with our idea. So we are very happy to be here. Best country.
Wonderful, wonderful. So tell me a little bit about what Help for Learn is. What kind of a platform is it? Now, it said it helps those who have disabilities, who may not be able to learn. Maybe you said hearing or...
So basically, it can help anybody. It's not just portal, it's a company.
Mm-hmm.
We have website. You can go www.helpyoulearn.org,
mm-hmm.
and it has already several modules. You can go in and you can look what is this all about. So we have live workshops to help people to, like our daughter, she is helping people to get out from, she is a certified teacher, Kundalini teacher, yoga teacher, and she meditate and she help people to go from depression to the new point. You can back to life and looking for be happy.
Wow.
So we have she provide workshops, lots of training. She is also in charge to work with kids and adults related to the portal. So how it works, people have free access. It's very important. It's non-profit. We don't charge penny for this. So people can go, they can choose subjects they want to improve, or they can choose trade. It will be not just school program education system. People can learn how to do things in life, how to sew, how to move, how to pose, how to read, how to do things, because we have so many professionals who wants to be with us and they want to have own chapter in portal. They can teach people, if you want to improve something, do something, you can do it.
Wow. So it's kind of like a Udemy or a Coursera, but but you know,
we don't issue certificate,
but it to a point where it's, you know, like that you can go and you can see the different workshops or different, I'm just saying in general, like that type of a portal. Okay, I'd like to learn this, or I'd like to try this.
Exactly.
And it goes through and does that for the student or for the person to get the help with. And then those that want to participate, or they're a professional and say, hey, I do this, I would like to record a class or record a workshop or whatever, and then you upload it and provide it on there for free.
Absolutely.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The exact plan.
Thank you.
And they can upload as a PDF. They can, and we'll parse it into pages. They can upload it as a Word document. In whatever format they have their course in, they can upload it. And then if they want to have audio tracks that go with particular slides, they can record separate audio tracks as standard MP3s.
Okay.
And it'll be associated with that slide. And as they move slides, they get a new audio track.
Okay.
So.
Wonderful. Wow. So tell me a little bit about you and your background, because it's you've done this type of work, software, computer technology.
Believe it or not, I have no training in computers.
Really?
I'm dead serious. I have a graduate degree in astronautical engineering, which is spacecraft. And after I graduated, I found out that the only place I could go to work was NASA. And at the time, the public really wanted to kind of put NASA out of business so they could feed the poor people and everything else. Wasn't a good time to be heading into the space industry. So I went to a computer trade school after that. It's a company that's since gone out of business. It was Control Data Corporation, ran a series of schools called Control Data Institute. I took a 6-month advanced programming course. I graduated in 3 months and they hired me.
Wow.
And so I then had a programming background and an astronautical background. Didn't take long before the government found me, and I was involved in satellites and various other things that most people don't want to know about.
Right, right.
And that's where I really got my extensive training in communications and software, being able to work in the field where there's not heavily improved infrastructure. We were in many places out in the snow in the middle of enemy territory and had to communicate with a satellite in the middle of the night.
Wow.
So you learn on the fly. So when I got out of that, I decided to stay with computers and started developing software. And During the pre-IPOs in America, I went from company to company to company, kind of like a corporate firefighter, solving problems that they had millions of dollars of venture capital in, and then they couldn't get a product that worked.
Right.
So I came in as kind of a corporate firefighter. I brought in my own team of programmers. We fixed their problem and moved on to the next company.
Wow.
And after that, I went out on my own, and I've been on my own ever since.
And so you out on your own, meaning like you do consulting?
I do consulting. I do custom software. I spend a lot of time helping people solve a problem that they don't know how to solve with technology. Communications, software issues, even computer issues to some extent, but the majority of the world is on Windows, and I won't touch it.
I understand.
We have our own server farm here on the island. We maintain it myself. So I do the hardware, I do the software, I do all of it.
Your own, what does that mean? You have your own server farm?
I have servers that are connected to one another, and we host our websites on that server, and we host other people's stuff on that server.
So like, for example, you like AWS, is it?
We're kind of a baby version of that, except the only time we go down is when CEPM can't keep the power up and running.
Right.
And that will be solved. We're gonna put solar on it.
I mean, you know, one step at a time. But I'm imagining that like you're gonna go into something like that. You're not gonna depend on Seven for that.
Is the weak link.
I
have multiple UPS units supporting the system, because generally CEPM goes down for like 5 or 10 minutes. Occasionally they go down longer. My UPS unit will carry me about an hour. If they go down longer than that, we're down.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm starting to look at solar systems next.
Right.
And then we'll be up 24/7, and CEPM can go find something else to do for a living other than at my expense.
Well, there's definitely no lack of sun in the country. So when it comes to that, like that wow, that is incredible, because when you think about all of those things, everyone's dependent on the big companies in order.
Not me.
Not you.
I even have my own cloud farm. It's called Nextcloud. It's what all the European Union's going to, because I don't want to be dependent on the American Big Four. And I'm the same way. I don't trust the American Big Four myself.
Right.
I host everything I use. I host myself. My email, my websites, my cloud storage, where a lot of people use Google or iCloud.
Right.
I've got Nextcloud. I do my own.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm totally self-contained.
You have your own. You have your own cloud. You own your own cloud. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yep.
Wow. So Olga, tell me a little bit about your background.
Okay, I have a master's degree in construction. I'm civil engineer.
Wow. Well, I can see why the two of you work well together here. I'm just like, I'm out. I love it. I love not being the smartest person in the room, because this means I'm going to learn a lot.
After I ended up living in America, I met Mark in America. First school I went, it was computer school. So I got my degree in software. I'm QA quality assurance engineer, and I was very lucky because really first pre-IPO related to SaaS technology. We were both working. He was the director of development with 75 guys, and I was the person who teach his developers how to use standalone and web-based application to test programs we were working in. This is where idea first came back in 2003. This is where we start to think about we can do much more. So company did not get public, so company was dissolved, but they let us go with our idea, and this is where we started to develop our software. And first was Della Portal, and successfully running because we're both general contractors in California. I have 3 companies in California to run with. And I basically half of time here, half of time there. So retirement did not work well.
Right.
But half of time here, we always work with Mark on developing. So we are very busy and very happy to work with result. So because it's a perfect place and the best place when you look outside and it's nice weather, your brain is working like
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
So,
Nothing better than that.
so and yes, I was working, serving company, one of the biggest company construction actually in the world. I was an expat working in different countries, and I always know what's the weak link. So the next product, the most important product, so Help You Learn came from this product.
Uh-huh.
So because there's auditor, project controller to save money and watch for investment money, watch for clients, whatever they built around the world. Like we had project almost $10 billion.
Right.
When you project controller for 10 billion, you've learned lots of things.
I bet you have.
The developer of software, they are not construction people. They
Right.
are not financial people. They do what they need to do, what they were taught. Whatever is technical assignment, it's made by IT departments. For us, it was easy because I'm the person who does technical assignment, give it to Marcus to do it. Said, no, I said, yes, it has to be done because this is how, only way how you control things. So for us, it became to be collaboration immediately because when I was still serving big company in America, we were already working. I know what type of product we want to have to keep control on everything. So we have very unique product, and that product Mark can talk more about this because baby version Help You Learn is just one model. It's a training model for education system.
It's just one piece of
of big product we
it's
made.
one piece of a product called Delaportal. It has 13 modules: document management, project management, down to personal tasks, all the way up through full-blown project management online.
Webmail and everything. So it's absolutely secure.
And it's totally self-contained. I mean, the security is so tight on it that at one point, one of the American company she worked for got a contract in Russia, and hackers in Russia are scary. Nobody could get through. So
we had very big client in America, and everybody was very happy. And this is what we bring here because we have friends who are investors in Dominican Republic. And we know we've been watching this for 4 years. What's the biggest issue they have? It's a control. And we can give it to anybody, any company, and it can be implemented here. They can use it for 10 people, for 100 people, for 1,000 people, whatever you, and it supports already 6 languages. For example, to implement German language, I went to Germany 3 times. I served company in Germany for 1 year for free, provide service for. In return, they were translating about 3,000 lines of code in our program. So it's not Google Translate.
There's 1 million lines of code in Delaportal.
Okay, so they did all translations. So when you go to portal, you just choose your flag of country, like Spanish, of course, Spanish. Yeah, and everything will be in Spanish language. For people, they don't need to use any type of tool. If you go to, you choose a German, or you choose, we have French, German, Poland,
Polish,
Russian,
English,
Spanish. So 6 languages.
Wow.
Any language can be
the
added.
advantage to this system is
Yeah.
it doesn't translate. It's native language.
Yeah.
There's a native language dictionary. Each language we currently support, and we can support n number of languages. We just have 6 now. But there's no translation going on because all the sites that do translation, they all use Google. And all you got to do is use Google Translator once or twice, and you know how good it is.
Yeah, I sure do. I'm like, you use Google. I say that to my students all the time. Like, you use Google. Like, there's so many there's other better ones out there. But like, I'm just kind of like.
But they're the popular one that everybody uses
because it's the easiest.
So the advantage to this particular software is it wasn't designed by a programmer. It was built by a programmer that knows how to make reliable software. This software was designed by customers. And how we did it, it wasn't just Olga called and said, you need to build this now.
No.
The philosophy of my software, not just this package, but every system I've ever written, is if a customer has a good idea that's a benefit to the system, I'll build it for free.
Yep.
If it's not a benefit to the system, good luck.
Gotcha.
Or they have to pay for own usage, particular model.
Yeah.
Right.
But
of course.
Yes.
And
So
we've done a couple standalone custom modules,
Yeah.
and then for every module in the system, there's an on-off switch. So if you go on Delaport, you don't have to have 13 modules.
Right.
You can turn it on and off and tailor it to what you want.
So explain to me a little bit more about the modules. So what does that mean?
The main module is document management. That's the main thing.
Would that be equivalent to like Google Drive?
It's a whole lot more than Google Drive. Google Drive will let you overwrite your own document.
Okay.
And lose it.
SharePoint
This has full.
document.
Yeah, it's more like SharePoint or a SaaS system where you can check in and check out documents. You want to work on a document today, you can check it out. And if I want to go see that document, I can look at it, but I can't check it out and modify it. I can text you. There's a built-in messenger for security, so people aren't allowed to go outside. But you need to release a document before I can do it. And then there's version control, so it can be rolled forward and back if anybody ever overwrites a Word document with a picture.
Okay.
So it's a full-blown document management system built for large companies that have a lot of data to maintain.
I can say more a little bit because the biggest critical part always when you work with any document management system. I can make a list. I used to work at IBM almost for 6 years. We have all product, IBM product. It's like 6 or 7 software. I work overseas in Australia, in South Korea, in Russia, Tatarstan. It's always different system, but all of them has a weak link when you share a point. So as a director, as an owner of company, as a person who wants everything's done and clear, you can see what status of any document somebody issue. In SharePoint, you submit your document. You will not see who still keep it. If you have 5 people in workflow, you will not see result until last person will sign it and post it on portal. All software does this. Our software, you have before you post anything, you have already workflow. And okay, 5 people here, this is only look 1 day, this person has 2 days to sign. You can always know who has it, what did you put that or you put comma, because people will be responsible for anything they do at particular time. And if you're late, I don't trust myself. I don't trust anybody, but I don't remember anything. We cannot remember anything. It's bad part. When you go to homepage of portal, you will see only if it's related to you somehow. You will see how many documents you sent to approval. You see how many documents waiting for your approval, how many tasks you issue somebody, and how many is done and what percentage, how people are busy in your office. You have 10 people. All of them, some of them may be overwhelmed. So maybe you have to do, you see all of this in your homepage. If you in vacation or you're sick, when you return back, you have to go in portal, you have to find out who posted what, where to find out. No, we don't do this. If you in particular group of security, you came and it's you choose 7 days, you were out 10 days, 15 days, up to 30 days. You click 30 days and everything within these 30 days will appear on your homepage, only documents related to your attention, period. So you don't be overwhelmed. You don't be afraid. This is and this is all advantage, not people asking us to do this. Because our client was like the biggest bank in Russia, very proud, but sanction kill our business in Russia. We had the biggest oil gas company in the world client. We had so many clients who asked us for particular, taking control of things, Ministerium of Construction. So everything's what we have, it was asked by somebody request. Mark
really
just built it.
The important part. With most of these large companies, they've discovered over time that 40 to 50% of an employee's time is out playing in social media and everywhere other than doing the job they're hired to do. These companies can link up to a system like Delaportal and their corporate site. And then the people are locked into those 2 locations. Their IT department can firewall the users so they can go to the corporate site and they can go to Delaportal.
Yeah.
And Delaportal has an instant messenger in it. It's built in, and it works kind of like an offline instant messenger. You can send a message whether someone's online or off, and they'll get it when they come on. It has a built-in email that it's the same way, but it's all internal. Nothing can go in or out of Delaportal without the owner of the product authorizing it. And it cannot be viewed from outside. You have to have a secured login. Now, if you want to know what's happening with your own stuff, you can put your email on, and if somebody sends you a document that needs to be reviewed or approved, it'll send you an email that says you need to go check your dashboard in Delaportal. Something's waiting for you. Won't tell you what, though.
Right.
Additionally to the portal when you open your portal.
Yeah.
And specifically because I work at, I built quite a few big refineries and gas plants.
Wow.
I was part of this, and I always work with guys.
Right.
And always when you work as a contractor or provide service, client always right. And they always try to put you into position, it's your fault. I said, no. This is always will be proof. Because if you do something, it's immediately reflected here. So you can have 15 types of reports. So it's one model, it's document management system. Second model, it's a project management system. You can have schedule. You can put your, like Microsoft Office or Primavera, but you have a baby version of this schedule. You can see everything, what's in schedule. If it's, we have forums, because sometimes weather is bad, it's flooding.
Right.
What we're gonna do? So forum immediately, people collect information, what's immediate decision can be made. Everybody participate. Nobody can lie like, oh, I did not see it, because if we have a additional model called calendar. You go to calendar and you put like, oh, today on Friday, 7 p.m. we have a meeting, and this is what we're gonna discuss in this meeting. And it says mandatory for people, group of people who is in this level of security. You cannot go anywhere in portal until you read it. You cannot say you missed it.
Right.
So it's excluded, all lies excluded.
Yep. You're like, yeah, can't hide now.
I'm controlling freak, so I have to know, like, people can follow direction, and people who invest somewhere in business. This is very important to organize your business. And if you want to keep control, we give this possibility, and it's absolutely
same thing with
perfect.
something as simple as announcements too. In America, every year, OSHA, organization, occupational health and safety, whatever it is, they produce new guidelines. As a company receives this, or whatever country's guidelines there are, you can create an announcement, and that announcement can be mandatory. The user can log into the portal. First thing they're going to see is that announcement. And in order to get out of it, they have to acknowledge it, which I date and timestamp it.
Yes.
That is genius.
And then the big module for people like you is I call it the presentation system. Olga calls it the education system.
Yeah.
But it was built to do slideshows. And then we added test taking capability. And then we added audio tracks. Then we added prerequisites. So it can function as a full-blown continuing education system from class to class to class.
Very important to it. When I was working in Louisiana for company InLink, we had over probably 3,500 users. And every time when we have new subcontractor came to construction site, we built new gas plant, very big gas plant. They have to go through safety. So usually they put all people together, they gave them, they have to read, they have to answer. No, so it doesn't work. So our presentation, we have this like 50 slides, or 70 slides, depends. They just sit behind computers, they go check slide by slide. They have to, because each slide have a 5 different type of answers you can choose. And if you reach point 86 or 90 or 100%, depends what type of security, you can go and you start to work. If you don't keep
You have to keep going.
That's it.
Yeah.
And everybody interested, because if you're sitting for 2 hours, you have to be paid 1 hour less.
Right.
So that is advantage to everybody. So this is why we use portal presentation, not just presentation for planning department, first stage construction. This is for people who start to work.
Yes. Because, well, it's like a standard operating procedure, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. And you just answer, and if you're ready, go work. If you're not, just keep going.
Yeah.
But you don't get paid.
Well, I mean, and that's great, and that's genius, because you want to know that. I mean, I have people, it's something simple, like teachers in the beginning of the year, they're supposed to read the student handbook, well, and the teacher handbook, and they're like, check, they did it, but they didn't really do it. You have no idea if they really did or not. I'm guaranteeing most did not. However, but it's something as simple as that, or even with parents, like, you want them to read the parent student handbook, or look through, parent compliance and what, when they sign the contract to come into the school and stuff like that, because it has to be, it's not just a one-way street. It has to be a two-way street.
That's the other thing about this. Yes. This hasn't been done yet, but by anybody, but there's no reason it couldn't be done. The parents could have their own logins.
Absolutely.
To the same classes that the kids are logged into, so they can communicate with the teacher.
Yep.
They can have conferences if they need to.
It's so
they
important.
Can arrange to get extra tutoring if they need it. It isn't restricted to just the entity that needs it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I think that in general, those things are so important that they can't go on, or they can't do something until they get that, that score, or certain score, or whatever it is, to do that. Or even with announcements, even with, I didn't see that. I mean, I'm the owner of the school, and I get to that point too. Like sometimes, like my administrative assistant will send me something, and I'm, you got 10,000 things going on, and I'm like, I didn't see it, and it's like, So, but I think that's incredible. So when you said that it's back in 2003 when you came to this idea of doing it. What was it for both of you that you said, like, I really want to do this? This is like you felt like it was your purpose. It was
a problem that needed to be solved for people. There wasn't a good solution back in 2003 for people. And she had a very close friend that had a gold mining business up in Canada, and they were using FTP to transfer documents back and forth. And
the biggest gold mining company in the world.
Inevitably, you end up overwriting a document by accident, and there's no version control. I mean, FTP is not forgiving. It's a tool that belongs in the hands of technical people, not end users.
Right.
It's dangerous. So I went back to the company that I was director of engineering for, that ended up going out of business, because we had a portal that would have done it for her, but it was really expensive. I mean, our biggest client was Sun Microsystems, and they paid millions for it.
Yeah.
So I went back to the CTO, and I said, Bruce, who's got the software now that the company is gone? Oh, it's off by the guy in England. I contacted him. He was one of the executive vice presidents. And I said, what's it going to take to get a license of the software? I have a client. He says, probably take an act of God. He said, it's tied up in bankruptcy and every problem you can think of. So I called Bruce back, and I said, what does my NDA say? And he says, doesn't say anything of any importance at this point. He said, you have a copy of the software? No. He says, well, you're a director of engineering. You probably know what's in it. He says, go build it. So we built document management as a standalone piece of software.
Wow.
And then I wanted a task manager for myself, because I was missing things and not paying attention to details. We need a wrapper on this. And then we had a calendar, and then a forum, and then this education system, and a notepad, and an address book, and an instant messenger. And all of a sudden, here's Delaportal. We found the need that needed to be filled. So
but most important, at the same time, when Жанна was there with request for Nova Gold, Alaska Gold, at the same time, our friend, he started franchising. 120 people bought franchising, how to operate all over the national wide. And this is where he come up with the idea to add forum discussion, because all of these people have to be able to communicate. And this is why it will be nicely, it's using in school, because forum for parents, you create group of people and you can discuss anything.
Right.
So franchising was one of the biggest issues at the same time.
Training material.
Training material for people who you hire in franchising, because most important thing people always forget, before you cannot just say, okay, I got it, I want it, just put it on my server. No. Before you buy anything, before you say you want it, business process has to be implemented.
Of course.
All workflow has to be done before you build system, because you have to go through member group, security level, and takes time.
Right.
If it's 10 people, you can do it within maybe 1 week. If it's 50 people, it can take maybe 1 month, because each person, each head of department has to remember what type of documents this person created on daily, weekly, monthly basis. What type of documents he's a deputy or somebody. So people have to come up with a list of things they do. You organize all of this, and after this, it's beautiful.
And the security levels for it.
That is amazing.
And see, it makes sense when you talk to people about this. But so many people get involved with software, whether it's a word processor or something more elegant, and then they get lost somewhere along the way. It's because they think they can buy a piece of software like they buy a hammer. It's not the same.
Right.
It's very different.
Exactly.
You can accelerate mess, but you cannot. You
It's
cannot
exactly what
achieve
it does. It'll get you into a mess faster than you do it manually.
But if you do it right, so you can always, we have all of this training, and all people I work, they still friend with me, they still thankful. And they always say, if you can read, you can use. You don't need to be study how to. You just read and you follow up. That's it. Very simple, because I don't like complication by myself.
Right. Nobody. I don't think anybody does. There's a straightforward,
I mean, software is written by programmers.
Right.
That think like programmers.
Exactly.
And I'm one of them. I'm a programmer that thinks like a programmer.
Right.
But all my software is user friendly.
Right. Absolutely. But a lot don't know how to translate that into user friendly.
Most do not. Most do not. And I don't like getting stupid questions like, did you plug it in? Did you turn it on? So I make it simple. I mean, I really do. I make it simple. If you can get up and go to work, you can run my software.
Right.
So.
Well, hey, and I think that's the most important part, because what I was telling you briefly when you first came in, when I was looking at what they had accomplished of the platform, I was looking at them like, who designed this for to put the courses in? I'm like, did you test it like from both sides? Like, it was just, I don't know, if I'm having a problem with it,
and it's what you do for a living,
and it's what I do for a living, then my teachers, like, they're not going to be able to put anything in there, and will never be able to follow that needs and so that's the thing. It's like, and even if you're not sure, you have to test it out on, somebody who would have no idea, because then if they have no idea and they find it relatively easy to use, then okay.
Almost everybody nowadays is kind of settled on PDFs as the design standard for documents. It could be written in Word, could be written in anything, but to make it portable, that's what the first letter of PDF is. And what we did when we started, PDFs weren't as popular. Adobe hadn't really perfected it to the level it is now. And the standard at that point was PowerPoint.
Right.
Well, PowerPoint had a way to export slides into JPEGs. And that was how content used to get into Delaportal. You export your PowerPoint, send up your slides, go to work.
Right.
It was a lot of work for people. I mean, the steps weren't hard, but there was a lot of them.
Right.
Now you feed it to PDF. I chop it into pieces, I mount the whole thing for you, and you're ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah. Makes it a whole lot easier.
So material, the owner of material, this is most critical piece. I used to have a big forum, participate in different countries, and we always talk about, okay, we can do anything. Whatever you want, we will do it for you. But it has to be person. If it's teacher supposed to bring all material course, give it to us. We will just add questions to end of each chapter, and your student can start to test themselves, and you can see result improvement. But material has to belong to somebody,
right?
Or you have to buy it, or you have to make agreement, because our goal. So when we give access to the student, we will give access to the teachers. We will let people use it. Why it's non-profit? Because when it's working, we will have possibility to reimburse these teachers for what they are doing. Because if they helping students, they have to be reimbursed. And this does not matter what you teach. You teach how to write music, you teach, does not matter.
Right.
If you have knowledge, you have your material, you have your own talent, go do this.
Yeah,
you will be reimbursed.
Valuable.
Student free. Any students from any country. That is our ultimate goal. So this is what we want to deliver. I mean, we have lots of students who already use it. I mean,
sure.
That not schools. We start to discuss with schools. We can give access to, but material first. Teachers,
right, of course,
supposed to be choose what they want. The really big push was 2016. We were living in Houston when was huge flood it was disaster
Hurricane
for
Harvey.
one.
Yeah.
And our friend, he is a teacher. He's very ambitious. He was panicking. He said, when student cannot go to school for 1 year almost, it's no ways they can do it at home, because only books with CD attached.
Right.
No online training provided. Right. And he is the one who is now board of director, and he is the one who will teach, because he chemical and Spanish. So he will have his student to help them to go through difficulties, because he knows how it's important.
See, the neat thing about this, with my background in communications, if it's a disaster like we had in Houston with Hurricane Harvey, even if the cellular towers aren't up, which they happen to be, they didn't really go down, but we can transport material across cellular. If cellular goes down, we can go across satellite.
Yes.
We don't need to go down.
Right.
So
right.
It's an advantage over a school. They can flood, and they're down for a while.
Yes.
We don't flood.
Yeah. No flooding. No flooding. No, but that's important, because I think, education itself is, the model of education itself, I feel, is shifting. It has to shift,
of course, from
the traditional model to where it's going, because everything's going into technology. Everything.
But, it's unfortunate. I mean, I was never really a much lover of school. I really wasn't.
Right.
I did a 5-year major in 3.5 years because I hated school.
Huh?
But you know what? The classes I did enjoy, and the camaraderie with other students. You need to go do a study group tonight. You can't do that with the internet. There's a lot of things that get lost when technology gets too involved, and we have a product that allows technology to get really involved.
Right. Yeah. But I think, and that's the thing, like, there's just, and it's not so much that I agree with, obviously, with the whole socialization and the necessity for socialization. A lot of these kids today, well, it is. And I'm just like, like, cut the cord, And so, and because, I mean, even parents are social. I don't have time to read my kid, but you have time to post on Facebook, right? Or it's like, well, that's not really working for me. I don't like I don't like the answer. But the thing is that, especially with my school, it's very project based. You know, kids are very much, they're creators. Why? Another reason why is because now with AI, while it's a great tool, and while you try and teach them how to use that tool properly, the new thing is everybody's cheating, right? Because whether you like it or not, the majority of young people are lazy. They want to get it done the fastest way possible.
Instant gratification.
Exactly. and that's it. We live in a 3-second world. Yep. So it's one of those things where, in order for me to make sure that they're actually learned the content, there's a lot of presentations, a lot of, projects. I mean, they know how to create videos already and all of those things. And so, because also my thought is, I can give you a multiple choice test and you learn how to circle, read and circle a thing. But if I give you that same, all of those concepts, and you have to put it into a presentation, or
I went all the way through school on multiple choice and straight A student.
But that's the kind of learner you are, right? Like, that's the thing. But that works for 1/3 of our student population. Whereas, then you have those that are like, you allow them. So now they're not just learning I'm going to choose the answer, but they're then learning, okay, now I have to, communicate it. I have to stand up in front of a classroom or in front of it, be able to articulate exactly and put it together, be able to create, from 4th grade up, they all know how to use Canva and those. So like, it's one of those things, because these are the skills of the future, and so it's something that the idea is that when they graduate, that even if they don't want to go to college or university, they have a certificate or a skill that they can monetize.
Yes.
Yep.
They can support themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these kids, when they graduate high school, if they don't have something, a skill or a certificate in some area, then they have to automatically go to work. So they're not going to have time to go back to school to go, or have the money to do it, or whatever it is. And so you have to get them that before.
Even when I was growing up, and that was a long time ago.
For me too.
The push was, everybody has to go to university.
Yeah.
Trade schools, you can't make a living on it. Well, first off, you can.
Yes.
And now what's happening, in particular in America, is you've got a huge society of overeducated people that can't get jobs. First off, if you're more educated than your boss, it's a problem. It's really hard to get hired.
Yes.
About percentage, I just click up in my head. In 2005, I was still working at IBM, full-time job, Monday through Friday. And I entered because I was a woman, blonde, in America. If you know, till 1958, woman was not allowed to construction, no way. Absolutely never. When I started to work at IBM in 2001, I was still blonde. And they said, just, it's okay. We are big daddy here. We will take care about you. After 5 years, I did not get increase like all other men. 4 years. And I thought, guys, can I do any? Because I was serving like 5 layers up. And I said, can I do anything to be at least project manager? Girl, you have to get, what is your master? It's nothing. You don't have any practice in America. Get general contractor license or professional engineering license. I said, okay. So I look at, I got my 15 years confirmed credentials in Russia. I bring all documents. I went to contractor license school for 1 year. So after work, I was going to school in San Jose 5 days per week. And the only reason was because they had computer with standalone application. You only can possible to test yourself on study only using standalone application, because a score to pass state exam, it was 4 state exams, 86%, pretty high. And you have to be sure until you get 86, you don't even apply for state exam. That was the main reason I saw we have to have these people have to have goal. If they want to study something really heavily, they have to be able to reach percentage they're interested in. Kids are ambitious. We have very ambitious grandkids. When they will see they can monitor themselves and they can be that good here, they will do it.
Yes.
To get score.
I think that some kids will. I think that most of them will try and find the way. Of course.
Yes.
Of course. We're just going through this past week has been exam week, and it's like it's mind boggling.
It is. And you know, kids are amazing. They think none of us were ever young.
Right? I'm evil at this point. Yes. I know. I just feel that, you know, I feel that depending on how you are raising them and what you're showing them from a young age and how you are incorporating them in what you do, that's where that love, drive, desire for learning comes from. And I have looked at different parents and different kids and different, you know, things. I have them in front of me every single day. And when I see those kids who are just intrinsically motivated, I look at the parent and I'm like, and you see that they really do, they have really, for the most part, there are a few outliers, but that just talk to them, include them, show them what they're doing, you know, and it gets them, their mind thinks in a different way. And those are the ones that you're just kind of like, wow, you know, but the other part of it is like, how do you get them motivated? Right. And that's I wake up every day with that question. Like, there's certain kids that you're just
what's it going to take to turn them on?
Yeah.
I get
Other than standing on your head and spitting jelly beans, right?
And they don't allow baseball bats here. So.
Exactly, right? That's right. So anyways, I'm so glad that I got to speak to you both, and we have to end the show now, but your website for the education is Help You Learn, correct? HelpYouLearn.org. So if those who are out there listening and are more interested in learning more about what Olga and Mark are doing, you can go to HelpYouLearn.org. Is it the letter U or YOU?
YOU.
YOU. HelpYouLearn.org, and take a look and see what they're doing. So thank you, everybody, for tuning into What's Up Punta Cana with Christy Maggio. Until next time, bye-bye.
¿Buscas expandir tus horizontes en República Dominicana? El éxito de tu negocio requiere las conexiones correctas y la información más precisa. Llega Guía Empresarial RD. La plataforma definitiva donde los proveedores, emprendedores y grandes corporaciones se encuentran en un solo lugar. Todo lo que tu empresa necesita está a un clic de distancia. Optimiza tus compras, encuentra nuevos socios estratégicos y proyecta tu marca hacia el futuro. Somos el motor digital que impulsa el crecimiento de nuestra economía nacional.